Yo, 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 what's up? Welcome to Stargell's Rap Sessions. I'm your host, Carlos Stargell. And how y'all doing? I'm all right if y'all all right. But just to let y'all know too, now it's 80 something degrees up in Burlington, North Carolina. We had rain earlier, probably get it sometime later tonight or tomorrow. But as far as I heard too, Atlanta, Georgia, was sunny. They said it rained earlier. But shoot, nothing. So enough about the weather. How y'all doing today? Well, what I want, if y'all, let me just say this right here. If y'all feeling it, if this y'all first time checking out this podcast, hit the like or the bell if you like to just subscribe. Anyhow, what I wanted to talk to y'all about today, just I wanted to talk about if y'all if it's some baseball fans out there, yes, it's the All Star Weekend. Yes, we got a lot of Braves that made it, and like three of them starting. And I think that's pretty good. But the main go getter in the votes was Ron Acuna Jr. That dude was good in his rookie year, but I hated he had missed out in the 2021 World Series. But that's all right. I think they gonna go this year. I sure hope so because it's a long time coming. Excuse me, y'all. CBD. But anyway, there's a lot of good teams out there in baseball, but I don't know who's leading the AL East or the Central or the West, and I don't know who's leading the NL Central or the West, but I do know who's leading the East. The Atlanta Braves, and they've been on fire since the beginning of the season. Everybody was so worried about what they were gonna do in preseason, but guess what? They fooled everybody. I mean, like I told y'all before, preseason ain't nothing compared to the regular season. Preseason is just a warm up exhibition, but regular season, that's where it all begins. And like I said, the Braves been on fire since the beginning of the season. I wasn't expecting them to get first place like they are now. I don't know how many games they're above 500, but it don't matter. Hell, they doing good. Now, everybody's so pumped up about the Falcons. Nothing against the Falcons. I love them. I watch them, but they don't gave us years of disappointment. They made the playoffs. They fold. They went to the Super Bowl. They folded twice. And one of them Super Bowl games, that last Super Bowl game they went to, they had a lead on New England and they let New England come back. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that game was rigged. Cause ain't no way in hell you can hold a score that high and then let them come back like that. I was sick that year. I mean, I lost all faith with the Falcons when they lost that Super Bowl. Oh, don't get it twisted. I still root for them, but they need to get off their high horse. Stop being disappointed. Stop disappointing our city because we were blessed because Atlanta was blessed enough to get a football team in 1966 as well as a baseball team in 1966. Now the Hawks, now they came here in the 60s too, but I'm gonna tell y'all, like I said about the Hawks, I fell out with them when they did that crappy trade with Dominique. Now I can understand the situation he was in, but still, they could have won the NBA Finals that year, but no, they wanted to trade Dominique for some old sorry, washed up player. Knees knees were messed up, and like I said, and after they did that, forgive me for saying this, but I'm just gonna tell it like a TIT is. Ever since then, the Atlanta Hawks went from sugar to shit, and they really did. I mean, they had some good seasons, but I mean, I done lost all. I don't hate the Hawks, but put it like this: I wouldn't break my neck to root for them like I do the Atlanta Braves, and that's the truth. Now one thing about the Atlanta Braves, that's the only team in Atlanta that has the opportunity to give their city a championship. Falcons could have had a chance. They messed up, went from sugar to shit, and so did the Hawks. They definitely went from sugar to shit. Like I said, after that crappy trade with Dominique and Danny Manning. But you know what? What they say, karma's a bitch. That's what it is. Another thing too, I don't really appreciate. They don't want to spend no money. They don't want to spend. They don't want to spend the top dollars to get the quality players, which they don't. That's why. And you know why they don't have no money, because they don't get out there and produce. That's the problem. If you want to make something, you got to put in something to make something. Sometimes stop stop trying to be a tightwad. Put some money out there, get some quality players. If you know how good they are, and then let them know too. No egos on that team. If you're gonna have egos, play for somebody else. That's why a lot of people who played for Atlanta for a stint and left and went to another team and did better. Now I understand why. Because I guess this is the way they were treated. But hell, that's the way it is. That's the way it is in pro sports. NFL should stand for not for long. NBA, I don't know what it can stand for, but maybe NLB too. I ain't gonna say what that stands for, because what I was gonna say is not very nice. So I keep that to myself. But I but the thing about it is, at least like I said, in the city of Atlanta, they ought to be grateful that they have a football team, basketball team, and a baseball team. And I'll tell you another reason why they don't win either, because they don't have no fanfare. When they win, when they start winning, everybody want to jump on the bandwagon. When they start losing, everybody jump off. And I'm just gonna tell y'all this one time and one time only. If you love your team so much, don't jump off the bandwagon when the going gets rough and tough. You always want to get on the bandwagon when everything going good. And remember this: dick riding is not a form of transportation. If you want down with the team, don't try to act like you're down with them now, because guess what? Because they will give them attitudes not to win, because of those so-called fair weather fans. And that's another thing. If you're gonna be a fair weather fan, don't be a fan at all. I know everybody likes a winner. And sometimes it's not so much about winning. It's about sportsmanship. There's a lot of good teams out there that do win, but a lot of them have bad sportsmanship too. It's not so much of the team; it's a lot of the players, and a lot of them are very, very arrogant. Just like just like a certain football team, I'm not going to mention, because I know there's a lot of fans out there. But I will say this about their team: if they lose a game, media thought they should have won. They got more excuses than a you know who going to jail. Yes, and if I say that, y'all know what football team I'm talking about. But like I say, I'm not gonna knock the fans, because everybody like who they like, but everybody don't like the same. Everybody ain't gonna like what you like either. So now, just like I love the Braves, a lot of people not gonna like the Braves, and a lot of people not gonna like the Falcons, and a lot of people not gonna like the Hawks. But I will tell you this: if you're gonna root for a team, root for your own team. If you don't have it, well, I can understand those who don't have a team in their city or their town. But because sometimes if you don't have a city team or a city in your town, you got to claim who you like. Thank God, thank God thank God Atlanta had the Falcons, the Hawks, and the Braves. Win, lose, or draw, I'm still gonna root for them, and I'm not gonna jump on the bandwagon when they start winning. Cause I'm gonna say this again, especially to the fair weather fans: Dick riding is not a form of transportation. If you weren't down with them from the beginning, don't act like you down with them now. And if you jump on the bandwagon when they all win and then jump off when they don't win, might as well just stay your butt off. Cause I'm gonna say it again. Dick riding is not a form of transportation. So stop trying to jump on the bandwagon when the going gets good. Everybody has a dry spell. A lot of teams don't win as much, but don't put your team down because they lose. If anything, try to still root for them. Now, like I said, to be honest with you, pro sports okay with me, but honestly, I like college. I like college teams better. Why? For one thing, they hungry and they want to get to where they want to get the way where they need to be. Now you got some protein, you got some college teams out there that are, you got some players that are real good, and some of these little schools you never heard of, they have a lot of good players too as well. And the only reason why a lot of them didn't make big time college because of their grades. Sometimes I mean, a scholarship is always good to get, but the main thing is maintaining them grades. But I'm glad. I mean, I know they got a thing say no pass, no play, and I think that works pretty good too. But that lady who said something about it years ago, I'm not gonna mention her name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. I mean, I can understand no pass, no play, but the way she put it out there, I believe she put it out there because of there wasn't nothing in it for her. And knowing her, she probably done bust the hell wide open. But who cares? But like I said, it's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because I can understand where she's coming from, but it's not what she said, it's how she said it. And how she said it, she made it kind of sound like it wasn't nothing in it for her, so she gonna tell everything. But it's all fine and good. They don't pass a damn law now, so it is what it is. But I don't know if the Braves playing well the next time they play. I know they playing the Chicago White Sox, and I think they playing up in Comiskey Park, if I'm not mistaken, up in Chicago. Cause here for a lot of y'all that do know, that's one thing I say about Chicago too. They got two baseball teams they root for: the Cubs and the White Sox. But it's more Cubs fans there than White Sox. Just like in New York, I can't say this. Now they got two football teams, two basketball teams, two baseball teams, shit, and two hockey teams. Well, that's New York for you. Think about it. New York, football, Jets, Giants; basketball, Brooklyn Nets, New York Knicks; baseball, Yankees, Mets; hockey, the Islanders and the Rangers. Hey, that lets you know right there. That's the Big Apple for you. Now, on the other team, excuse me, the only other team I know that got two teams like that: the Los Angeles Chargers, Los Angeles Rams; football, basketball, Lakers and Clippers, of course; baseball, Dodgers and Angels; hockey, I think they got the Los Angeles Kings and the Anaheim Ducks. So that's pretty good too. I wish Atlanta could get teams like that. Have more than one team, but hell, they don't even want to pay the money for their players with the teams they got. So not trying to put them down or nothing, but the football team and the basketball team really need to get on the winning track for real. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. They letting the Braves get out there and run away with everything. I mean, they winning. That should inspire the Falcons and the Hawks to win. I'm serious because if I was in the city and there's another team that's better than the team I play for, hell, I want to try to strive and do. The coach ought to want to strive and do better. But I believe a lot of them in it for the money. And keeping it real with you, it ain't always about the money. It's really not. I mean, it's not. It's like I say, it's not about the money. It's because money don't always make you happy. I mean, that's what it's really about. Whether you're happy or content, that's what it's really about. But if you're not happy, why play somewhere you're not happy? Got a right to go to another team then. But I thought football had a lot of crybabies. Basketball got more crybabies than baseball and football altogether. Think about it. I mean, they bitching about money. They bitching more about money. But honest to God, I wish it was more. I wish there was more people of color on baseball teams now. I mean, you got them on football team. You got them on the basketball team. We need some more in baseball, but that's all right though. Those Hispanics do pretty well. I mean, they do very. They might not speak English, but they can play that ball, and that's what I love about the Hispanic. That's what I love about the foreigners, especially if they got baseball in their blood. They are good. And like some areas, like south of the equator, they play baseball all year round. I like that. But in America, you can't do that in America because it'd be too cold to get out there and play baseball in the winter. Baseball in America, I call it the boys of summer because that's when they mostly played in the summertime. And yes, give me something to look forward. It'll give me something to look forward to during the week when I want to. When I know nothing else ain't on TV, I'm gonna watch me some baseball. Yes, I am, and I enjoy baseball very much. Tell you the truth, I'm more of a baseball fan in a way. I like football and basketball, but I'm more about baseball. But anyhow, and speaking of baseball, how about the home run derby? Think Ron Acuna Jr. gonna do pretty well in the home run derby? Yay or nay? I think he gonna fare pretty well. I hope he win. I hope he bring one to Atlanta. I hope he bring that title to Atlanta. But the All Star game, they're playing in Seattle, Washington, and that's pretty cool right there. But like I said, I'm glad that the Braves got more people represent for them than a whole lot of other teams. But it's a lot of them. Like I said, I think it's about six of them that made the All Star list. I know Olsen did. I know Acuna did, and the starting three, I know they did. I can't think of who it is right now, but only thing I know, Ron Acuna Jr. has the most votes. Now, my question is this: when was the last time the Braves had a player that led the All Star votes? That's a good question because only person I can remember real good that led them probably was Hank Aaron. But since 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 then, I ain't never known no Braves to lead the major league in All Star votes, except for now, Ron Acuna Jr. And that's pretty daggone good. The boy's bad. The man is bad. He got skills. He get out there and play that. He get out there and play that game like he ain't never played in his life, and that is real good. And I like that. I love it. Finally got some excitement in Atlanta. Oh yeah, and another thing too. When football season comes, even though I live in North Carolina, and all I can catch is the Carolina Panthers. Don't get it twisted. I watch them, but that don't mean that I'm a root for them. I'm still going for my Falcons. I'm sorry. I mean, I root for the Carolina if they don't. If they, you know what? If they go to the playoffs and the Falcons don't make it, I root for them then. But during the season, I'm still rooting for my Falcons. I don't care. But like I said, I'm not a diehard. I mean, I'm a diehard. I'm not a fair weather fan. I'm a diehard fan. Simple and plain. Bottom line. and I do appreciate my home teams. I mean, you got a lot of people. Now I'm gonna tell you something. We got a lot of people in Atlanta who came from New Orleans, especially during that Katrina situation. Now a lot of them they love the Saints. Nothing against the Saints. I think nothing against the Saints. I mean nothing against Carolina and nothing against the Buccaneers. I mean, now I do have one team I don't like it. I don't like in football, and I'm not gonna mention their names because I ain't trying to step on nobody's toes. But those who know me, they know what team I don't like in football. They know who I don't like. I mean, like I said, the only reason why I never liked them, I'm just gonna say that I'm not gonna tell you the name, but the reason why I never liked this certain team because for one thing, like I said, it's not about them winning games or nothing because they are a good team. I don't like their sportsmanship. I mean, they arrogant, they cocky, and like I said, and when media thought they should have. There's a game when the media get mad when they lose a game they thought they should have won. They got more excuses than you know who going to jail, and that is true. But that's what I mean. I mean, it's okay. I mean, then they call themselves America's team. No, they're not America's team. They can be defeated just like any other team in the NFL. So they need to stop using that title, America's team. I mean, like I said, I guess they say it's America's team because they the most watched team on TV. But hell, that don't mean I like them. I mean, you got some fans out there, but nothing. I mean, nothing. I mean, I ain't got nothing against the Dallas Cowboy fans because if they like them, that's who they like. But I don't like them. I ain't gonna say I don't like them. I don't root for them. I wouldn't root for them. My team, I root for my home team. Like I say, the Falcons. And I got to say this again while it's on the tip of my tongue. Dick riding is not a form of transportation. Root for your home team. Win, lose, or draw. That's the best thing I can tell y'all right now. Because that way, I mean, whether they lose, whether they win, at least you know. But other teams that root for I mean, like I said, winning is not a bad thing. It's about sportsmanship. That's what it's about, sportsmanship. And look, honestly, I'm gonna check out the preseason games. I'm gonna check out the regular season game. I check out the regular season games. But at the same time too, I'm more focused on baseball. I'm focused to see if the Braves go how far they gonna make it, and I hope they make it this year for real. Cause like I said, it's about that time. And like Lizzo say, it's about damn time. Well, my time is almost up, my peoples. But if you feel it in your heart, hit the like or the bell, and please subscribe to my channel. But hopefully I'll be going live. Hopefully I will be back later on. It's going to be after the rush hour, after the 6 o'clock rush hour. Whether whether it starts a rap session or whether it's one-on-one live with Carlos. Now I just want to say this right quick. Now if anybody wants to go live with me later on today after the 6 o'clock rush hour, y'all know how to if y'all know how to get in touch with me, please let me know in advance, and that way I can make a schedule for you to get on. But until then, y'all have a good time. Y'all have a good day. God bless you. Y'all take good care of yourselves and each other. Peace, two fingers. And I'm out.